Yo, what's up guys? Shibu here. So we have an 04 LX470 and the CV axle on this side is completely shredded. Let's actually I think we can see the CV axle right there somewhere. We'll get to it later. The CV axle on the driver's side is shredded. CV axle, CV axle on driver's side is shredded. Tie rod and boot on that side is also shredded, and tie rod and boot on the passenger side right here is shredded. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna jack it up right from under, right between the two tires, and we're gonna take off the two boots and the CV axle, and we're gonna go get replacement parts, and we're gonna come and slam them back on. And hopefully that works. So let's get into it. And you can see the CV axle. This is the part going into the tire. The part going into the differential is right here. You can see a part of it there. You can see a part of the boot. And that boot is actually completely torn. And I will show you that later. You can see the space right here of the CV axle. And I can move it back and forth with my hand, which is so dangerous, and just no. So yeah, I'm gonna take that out. You can see the boots for the this is the tie rod, inner tie rod, outer tie rod. You can see the boots where the boot starts, completely shredded, nothing there. Same deal on the other side, the passenger side. So yeah, we're gonna take off this, we're gonna jack the car up, take off these two thick boy tires, and we'll see where we go from there. This is the under panel, right, that I took off. You can see it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 screws to remove, and then it just kind of drops down. So it would be advisable to use like a jack to hold the under here at this point, so that it doesn't just slam on your head and give you a concussion. About 1 hour worth of workouts and one break later, and we have the jack up and the wheel out for the final time. And if you listen closely, try to listen past the grinding sound and listen for like the whistling sound. Oh, let me get my gloves for this. My nasty gloves to keep my hands somewhat clean and grease free. Just gotta get them on. All right. Listen for the whistling sound. The grinding sound is the CV axle missing teeth with the hub flange missing, and the hub flange splines rubbing against each other because they're worn. But listen for the whistling sound. That whistling sound is the it signs that the bearings are out. And you can see when I move it, it has play. You see the play in it, and up and down also play, side to side play. This tie rod is gone, it has play in it, and the bearings are gone because it has play there too. So we're gonna change CV axle, bearing, boots, and hub flange and tie rod end. And it is raining right now, or drizzling should I say. But it's not too bad, so we'll keep trudging on. Onward! Alright, so first thing first is to take off the hub flange. If I can focus here. First thing first, take off the hub flange. Oh, sorry, the this dust cap, so we can see what we're doing. And when taking off the dust cap, you want to get a screwdriver. Get a screwdriver right in here, and then get a hammer. Can you focus, my guy? Get a screwdriver right in here. Then you want to get a hammer and tap the end of the screwdriver right here. Be very careful not to destroy the edges of the hubcap of the dust cap. As you can see, the inspection cap, should I say? As you can see, these guys, some mechanics have already handled this car in the past and destroyed the edges around it. So be very careful. And they've already gotten a hammer and smashed this place. So you have to be very careful. This is the hammer I'm using, not the hammer you're meant to be using, but gotta deal with what I got. All right, let's get into it. All right, we took off the hubcap inspection cap. You can see when I turn this hub, the CV axle, this is the end of the CV axle right here, doesn't turn with the flange or the hub at all. And the C-clip, here's the C-clip, of course popped out because the CV axle isn't coming all the way out because it's destroyed in there. The boot in there is destroyed. And this flange, dude, where's my autofocus, bruh? And this there we go, damn. And this is the inside of the inspection cap. You can see grease, dried caked grease all in there, and the C-clip all coming out from that monstrosity over there. So we're gonna have to we'll leave this for now. We're not gonna clean this for now. Have to get some brake cleaner for that. We're going to, next thing to do is take off the, turn this around here. We're going to take off one 17 millimeter. Where is it? Right here, right there. This 17 millimeter, and then the 17 millimeter below, which is this one right here that I am touching, to take off the brake caliper. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do next, and we'll just try and hang this somewhere. We'll probably also take off this bracket for the ABS lines and the brake line, ABS electrical line. Where does it plug down to? Oh my god, all the way down to here, just the contact. So actually the first thing we'll do is take off this ABS contact right here. I'm so good with this shit, dude. I'm just joking. We'll take off this ABS right there. Where is it? This right here. We'll take off this nut. It's probably a 10. I think that's a 10. If my eyes aren't failing me. And then we can just pop this off. No sweat. This is already off. This is where it hooked into, right here. Right here, yeah, right here. And I just popped it off, and now it's off. And then there's a second one right there. Let's see if I can also, no, that's bending badly. Holy Jesus. Okay, holy cow. Yeah, we can just take off this, and when we take that off, everything will just kind of hang, and it's the whole set. So we can just take this off from this nut right here. All right, so let's get into it. Oh, my back. All right, so I have started on these caliper nuts. You can see one's out, top one's going. Let's see if I can move it with my hand yet. Nope. But I've already broken it loose. So this ABS and brake line harness right here, it was just this one 12 mm right here, and it just came right off. Got that ABS electric line loosened from here, and the sensor, and the sensor was just right here. That's the hole where the sensor goes into, and it was just one 10 mm nut holding it. And you just take out the 10 mm nut, grab it, and you wiggle it back and forth as you're pulling it out, and it should just come out with not too much hassle. A little hassle, but not too much hassle. This stuff hasn't been touched for like 4 years now, so should, who knows. Yeah, you can see everything is kind of, yikes, bro. Yikes level 100 that we were actually driving this around. So we're gonna, yeah, I'll take off the caliper. I'll see where I'll be able to hang the caliper so that it doesn't so that the lines attached to it do not snap, and we'll go from there. All right. So the caliper is off, and it is hanging here, the brake line. seems secure is snaking all the way here. The electrical line is snaking all the way there, coming down, and there. And here's the 10mm, here's that 12mm. And some geniuses thought they were smarter than the people who invented the car and did not put back the pins holding the brake pads. And you can see, whoa, bro. And you can see there's a one pin right there shooting across the brake caliper. There's another pin not there, and all the triangular metal bar thingies supposed to be holding it all disappeared. So that's unfortunate, but frankly it's whatever. I mean, it's now whatever, right? Because this car is what, 2004. So it's just 1 year younger than I am. And I mean, for most of the time that it was in the mechanic workshop, I wasn't there because I was running around breaking shit and just being annoying. So as a little kid. So now that I have come to meet the car, I see all of this, all of that stuff. So great, awesome. But next thing we're taking off is the flange. Take out all these I think 14mm, and we will just keep it on the end here, and then we'll get we're supposed to get a brass stick looking thingy and a brass hammer and just knock the nuts so that the cone washers all come out, and hit the sides a little. But I'll see what I can find, because of course I don't have brass tools. I mean, I'm literally doing this at home, right? So I mean, of course I got my trusty ratchet, right? Like, you can't not have your ratchet and your screwdrivers and your wheel spanners. The noisy pump, always making noise. All right, so if you can hear me, I discovered that unless you have an impact, taking these off when you already have the tire in the air like this can be quite the pickle. So what you have to do is just put it at 90, right? With the ground, boom, 90 degrees start, boom, 90. And then what you have to do is you take your hand, all right, like you're gonna do a karate chop, and then boom. And then you just keep repeating that until it comes off. Especially the best point to do it is when it's here. So what you can do is actually, all right, now that it's at this point, you can just hit it, and that's it. It's loose. All right, and that's how you take it off. I just discovered that I kind of messed that up. So just to clarify that, and we take these off, right. And what we want to do is we want to first unlock autofocus on the phone, and then we want to be happy that the pump went off. And then what we want to do is leave these nuts on the end of the bolts like so, and then just get a rod, preferably a brass rod, something nice and not non-destructive, and but still very sturdy. And you're gonna place it right on these bolts, and then boom, get a hammer and knock that rod so that these cone washers on the inside, which you can't see because they've caked in with the years, will come off, and we can just pull that flange right off and hope that the gasket is still intact, or we'll have to use probably just use some silicone sealants, clear silicone sealant, and seal that boy up. All right, let's get to it. All right, I've taken out some of the cone washers. I've broken them loose. You can see this one right here. You can see okay. Here's the nuts. Okay. Here's the nuts. Here is the, god damn it, here is the washer. This is the washer, and then this at the end. This one, last one, is the cone washer, and yeah, you can see the cone washer is coming out a little from the flange. This is the flange right here, the flange, cone washer. So what you want to do is, essentially, you want to take a rod. Here's the rod I have, not the best. Put it on the bolt, and then you hit the end with the hammer. Boom, 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 boom. Of course, you don't move the rod. You only move the hammer, and it hits and hits, and then it starts vibrating the bolt out, sort of. And then, Jesus Christ, you can see someone worked here before. Wow, that is tough. That is bad. Anyways, and then you go around hitting the sides of the flange, just lightly tapping to vibrate the cones out a little more. So I'm gonna do that for this last one. Okay, so after hitting for what seems like hours, you can see the cone washers, which is these little thingies all around them. This here you can see the cone washers all coming out. I actually had to use a fat rotary hammer called the Inco rotary hammer. It looks like Ineco, but it's actually Inco. You can buy this. This will be easy to find in the US. I live in a country in West Africa, and in an undisclosed location in West Africa, and this was pretty well. It wasn't really easy to find, but it was okay to find, I guess. Inco industrial rotary hammer. It costs like $100 maybe, 120 maybe. And yeah, so I just set it to rotary. I attached the rod. It kind of loosened after all the hammering. And then I just went lightly. Here's the demonstration. If I'm ripped enough to hold it with one hand. Alright, so it's now on rotary setting on the wall. Fuck, they took the lights. God damn it. Third world countries, bro. Ow, it landed on my toe. Ow. Okay, literally as I was about to do a demonstration, the light went out. No light there, no light. So yeah, you just set it to rotary, get your rod, attach it to the thingy-majig that comes with the box. It comes in the box. It's an attachment, so you can attach stuff that isn't the drill bits that came with the drill. So all you have to do is just shove it in there, put it on the rotary, on the hammer setting. Sorry, not the rotary setting, hammer setting. And then you that's the trigger right there for the gun. The trigger, be very careful if that touches your legs or any of your body parts, and you apply pressure and put on the hammer or the drill settings, your legs or any of your body parts are gone. So be very, very careful with that. And you just put it just like how we were hammering, except now it's automated. So you just put it here, and you just lightly press the trigger, like burst fire. Not you shouldn't just put it there and put all your weight and then put it on. You're supposed to control it so it doesn't fly all over the place. And now we can use the flange, get a screwdriver in here. The gasket's gone, so it's whatever. We're changing the flange, so yeah, we're changing the flange, so you're likely gonna use a new gasket. You get your screwdriver in here, and then you just shove it in, and you just bar it, and the cones are gonna come out. Apparently the cones aren't threaded, but they feel like they're threaded. I don't think these cones have been removed since we bought this car way back in 2004. So yeah, let's get that should be pretty fun. All right, we got the cone washers off. I never want to have to do that in my life again. Well, actually, never mind. I think I do, because this is pretty fun. Thick boy tire all mangled up and stuff. All right, putting on my glove, which means I cannot touch this screen anymore, the phone screen. So, moment of truth. Take off the flange. See what we got. Whoo! Goddamn! Look at that. Oh my. Oh no! Look at that. Grease is gone, and it's just black in there. And here is just, yikes. Oh my god. Look at those splines, dude. They're worn smoother than pie. Yo. Oh my god. Look at how worn in there is, dude. It's you can't even imagine this. You can't even, it's so bad you can't imagine it. Is this grease? Yo, that's grease. That's not like a metal part. That is ooh, that's grease. All right. Let's see if I can take off this nut. I do not have a wheel nut, which is super unfortunate. But I think I'll take off this nut and pull out the rotor, and then we can pull out the CV axle, I hope, without destroying the spline. Yeah, will that actually destroy the spline? I don't think so. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I can't even see in here, dude. I cannot see what, bruv. Anyhow, we'll see what happens. So, this is crazy. I literally can't see in there. Hellfire on crackers. Well, yeah. Guys, now that I have taken off the spindle and the CV axle, now that I've taken off the flange, the CV axle, right? This is the end of the CV axle I was talking about, and the flange over there, right there on the table. Those insides that I showed you that are worn aren't rubbing anymore because they're barely making contact. They're making just enough contact to make noise, but you're not making enough contact to grip so that when the car puts all its like torque into it, it doesn't, it can't, yeah, whatever, you get it. You get what I'm trying to say. But now that we've taken off the flange, they aren't making any contact anymore, and so therefore you can't hear them. But you can hear the wheel bearing, and that's what I'm about to show you. Wait. Can you hear that? Hear that? You hear how it's growling? First of all, it's growling, right? And then plus the growling, there's also the whistling and like howling noise. And you can see all the play in here, dude. Like there shouldn't be any play at all in here. You can see the tie rod moving a little because it's done, and you can see this play right here. God, and you can just hear the sound of it actually. Stop. Let's use this one. It looks so much faster. It's spinning so much faster on the camera than it is IRL, which is kind of weird. You can hear all the noise from it. I don't even have to like say anything. Like you can just hear the noise. You can clearly tell, right? If you know what that noise means, you know that the bearings are completely gone. So like you can't even drive the car without feeling like the tire is gonna fall off because the bearings are just so noisy, and the car yeah. So like yeah. I can't, my brain shuts down every time I think of it. All right, let's get to like getting all of that stuff out, and yeah, we'll just get a nice fat cloth and just cover this entire area down so that if it rains, which it probably will because you know how rain is, right? We can just rest easy, I guess. Okay, so we have taken off the hub, and so these are the nuts. Basically how it's held in is there's one nut on the I should have got my gloves. There's one nut here. First of all, there's a nut that goes in and holds it. You can see the threading is kind of gone. I don't know, someone came here before I did, so there's one. and this is the inner bearing, or sorry, the outer bearing right here. And to pull this out is just one straight jerking motion, bam, and it's out. So the next thing we're gonna do is the dust shield, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. I think these are maybe 12 or 14 bolts. My hand is dirty. Where's the rag? Okay, my grease rag. The one thing I forgot to buy is the greaser to get the grease out of all those places. But what are we looking for? 14? Oh no! Oh no! Okay, I think it's a 12 and perfect fit, 12. Okay, so we'll get the dust shield off so we can get the adjustable pitman arm in here to get the tie rod end off. Then we're gonna take off the upper control arm so we can get the spindle down and we can get out this completely destroyed CV axle. Okay, so the dust shield has come off, and it was just 1, 2, 3 and 4 12 bolts right here. And for the axle nut bolts, it's a giant 54 socket, and it just fits right on here and takes it off. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get the adjustable pitman arm and slide it right on here, and it'll be perfect. So that's the next thing to do. And let's see how this tie rod comes off, because this tie rod is super rusted in here and has refused to come off for literally weeks. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so we have taken off the outer tie rod end, and it was a literal nightmare. Sadly, I do not have my gloves. Okay, this is now hot. So it took me 14 turns to get this off. So when we get a new one and put it back on, we're gonna use 14 turns to get that back on. And you can actually see, if you look at this, you can see, if this will focus, so we can see this nut, oh sorry, the bolt. You can see where the cotter pin is supposed to go in. That is no longer a hole, and you can see all the threads and everything. That is because I used a hammer and was hitting here. You're supposed to where's the cotter pin? Right here. Sorry, not the cotter pin, the bolt, the nut. You're supposed to turn the nut upside down, screw it back on, and till it's flush. I did that. Initially I did that, but then I was hitting the nut, and you can see this is no longer a nut, and it actually went from a 22 nut to a 23 nut miraculously. So I tried to salvage the nut, but you can see the grooves inside are dead, and that was really just not fun at all. So we're gonna have to change the nut, and we were gonna change the tie rod anyways, but now we're just gonna have to change it even more. So the next thing is to get goggles and my gloves and take off this upper ball joint. It's just the cotter pin. Then we take off the castle nut. Should come off fairly easily, and then the load from the spindle and the lower control arm and everything should just explode this out of here, and it shouldn't be a big deal. And then we can just pull the spindle down and out. Oh damn, oh damn, oh damn, oh damn. And we can just pull the spindle down and out, and it should come right off. So let's get to that. And we'll also take off the boot. We might have to take off this nut to take the boot off, this front shredded part, and also the one right at the back. So that will have to also be arranged. You can see the end of the CV axle is worn down smooth. So let's take off this upper ball joint, and yeah, it's just the cotter pin. We take out the cotter pin. This is like a, I think probably a 22 mm or a 24, and it should come right out. Okay, pro tip: if if for any reason god damn it, the castle nut up here doesn't come out, you can, well, you can't hit right on the bolt or this. I wouldn't, because that destroyed the tie rod. Where is it? Over there. Destroyed the tie rod. But we have anti-rust lubricant, right? And for the tie rod, what I did is I got a hammer. It doesn't have to be a giant 3-pound, 2-pound hammer. This is just like, what, 1 pound maybe? And I tapped it right here, right on this eye, and it loosens up the inside of this hole right here. And when that's loosened up, I just got some anti-rust and sprayed right around here, right around, it was around like here, and I just tapped this head some more and it was out. So I got some anti-rust and I hit the castle nut, and okay, all right, 19 mm. All right, and so I have already started on the, this is the bolt going right through for the strut. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this bolt off so that the lower control arm can go down, and hopefully force this upper control arm to get out. So let's take that off. And I'm gonna put on my trusty eye goggles so that if anything explodes, my eyes, if not for anything, my eyes are intact. All right, I've gotten a nice bicep workout, and this is the nut holding the strut, and we can see we have, where is it? Okay, some medium strength thread locker on there. Came out, it actually surprisingly came out pretty easy. So the control arm is just hanging. All right, guys, all right, we have done it. I have, wait, sorry, what's this? We have, so this, to the next thing to bring out the axle would be to remove this joint here, so this steering knuckle can just boom fall out and everywhere. But this one is binded in here, jammed and stuck, nice and stuck in here, just like the tie rod was stuck in here. So I don't want to hit this this nut, or that nut right there. I don't want to hit that anymore. You can already see where I've been hitting it. I don't want to hit it anymore. I've been hitting the knuckle, all these white spots everywhere. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take off the control arm, which is, boom, there's a washer. There's a washer that fits on here like so, and then there's a 19 mm nut that's on there, and that holds the control arm in place. You can see how loose this is. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take out those nuts, and then I'm gonna let this jack down, and this is just gonna come right out. I'm also gonna take off this bracket so that it does not interfere, and this bracket is a, pretty sure it's just a 12 mm. Boom, 12 mm. I'm gonna take this nut off to get the bracket. I'm not really used to like recording with a phone. I'm looking at this, like I'm looking here, but I'm not looking here on the phone, so I don't capture it. It's a nice skill I'm gonna need to get used to, looking at the phone rather than what I'm doing. So we're just gonna take off the upper control arm. Focus, and yeah, all right, let's get into it. Dude, I've been trying for 2 hours to get this out. 2 hours hitting this thing. I've been using the, where's the puller? I've been using this puller doohickey, but every time I put the puller here, the puller expands because it's one of those adjustable ones, and it's so annoying. Anyways, GG, let's see how we can get that out. Actually, rather than this bracket that was here, which I have now taken off. It was just that 112 right there. We're gonna have to take off either that, or that right there. And I think I'm gonna go with taking this off, just because I am a paranoid boy. This is like a height sensor. I don't want to mess this one up. Okay, it's just a 10 Can I take this off with one hand? Can I? No, I can't. Okay. Damn it. All right, so this sensor is down and out, and it's just a washer and a nut. I'm gonna put it back on here because I do not want stuff dangling around. There are so many. See there, I did it again. I'm watching it IRL instead of watching the phone. There are so many nuts and bolts everywhere. Okay, so now we are free to take this out. So we'll just lower the jack and watch as this comes out. Oh, first of all, we should probably take out these. If I can just get it out. Okay, there's one. Boom, right there. And the other one. Hit it from the back. Pause. It's trying to be stubborn. But I'm getting it out. Let's go. GG. Alright, let's get this jack down. And that'll be that. Yes. We have gotten it out. And now we can see everything moving out. The entire spindle is moving. But first we need to go under the car to the differential and hit out this CV axle. So we're going to hit the CV axle out from somewhere over like there or so. Somewhere over there in that area. And we're gonna hit it out just so it's free from differential. Then we can pull this down and away, and everything comes out nice and easy. Alright, so now that we have gotten this, everything here, basically everything here is loose. The next thing is to go to the differential and bring out that axle, this axle right here. Now, before we do that, we get goggles. Always protect your eyes, lest you have a very bad day. Okay, so I will put on my goggles. And now that my goggles are on, oh no! Okay, we get under the car, and you can see it right here. This is where the CV axle ends. That black line right there is where the CV axle ends. And then it goes and goes and goes and goes into the front differential. Alright, so we just get a thick boy screwdriver or a fat spanner. Where's my screwdriver? Right here, the biggest screwdriver in the set. And oh my god, I'm gonna have to wash these clothes 10,000 times. Let's get a hammer to tap that in, which means I'll have to use both hands. So, holy god. So, I'll see y'all after I bring that out. Alrighty. So, the CV axle is officially out of the knuckle. And the camera doesn't want to focus. There we go. And that is the CV axle right there. Oh no, they took the light. No light. Oh, top 10 things that make me say F. Alright, this knuckle is all down and out. I had someone come and press the knuckle down. Press that control arm down so I could pull the CV axle up and out. But if you have abs of steel, you can get your body weight right here and risk your liver and stomach and diaphragm and a bunch of other parts and your pancreas and your spleen, and you can put your stomach right here, use your body, press it down, and then pull that out. So That's out. Now I need to go to the differential, where the differential is, and pull it out from there, and we'll almost be done. The next thing will be to take off this boot, take off this, and take off the boot, and also the one inside, and we will be good to go. So let's get into it. Well, hellfire on high water, we have gotten it out of the differential tube. That's the differential tube right there, and this is the culprit, the hated, the much despised CV axle. This thing is a whole dumbbell. All right, 1, 2. Okay, my hands are already dead. Don't need to kill him some more. All right, so this is it. You can see right there it's destroyed. You can see the splines on this end going into the differential is still good. That's a good sign. It means that the differential has not worn out. The differential tube has not worn out. You can see the ones on the end here are completely done. Camera doesn't want to focus. Come on. All right, there we go. Completely worn. So yeah, to pull it, all I did was, since this is already destroyed, since this part right here is already destroyed, I just use it as like a what do you call those things, a pull hammer? I just slid it, pushed it in, slid it out, pushed it in, slid it out, but it has to be straight. If it's not straight, it's gonna be really hard to get out of that tube. It has to be perfectly straight. I think that's the oil seal back there. I don't think we're gonna mess with the oil seal. We'll just grease a little when we get the differential, sorry, the axle. So next thing to bring out is this boot, and to do that we're gonna have to mark the alignments of this and bring it out. So let's do that right now. All right, so I've marked the nut right there to make sure our alignment stays strong. Not the best marking in the world, but I do be trying. So let's take that off, then we take off the boots, and we'll be done with taking everything off. That's everything we need to buy. And then I'll go in, make a list of the things we need to buy, and then after that we go tomorrow, because today is actually a Sunday. Tomorrow, Monday, we'll go back to the market and buy those. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't think we were gonna ever get this far because everything was just rusted into place. Nothing wanted to move out. These ball joints especially, just horrible. Please, just, I never want to have to deal with ball joints ever in my life again. They were just no. But big thanks to some coach. God damn it, focus. Autofocus doesn't work. Big thanks to there we go, some coach anti-rust lubricant, lubricates and protects items, penetrates stuck parts, displaces moisture. This is just anti-rust lubricants, just sprayed it all everywhere. PB Blaster would be a good alternative, but in my country they don't sell PB Blaster. Alright, so to get off the boot, this front part of the boot is just that right there, the clip, and we'll get the plier. We'll get a good old-fashioned plier to get that off. And for the back one, I think we can go under the car. Oh, I'm too old for this. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's all greased on everywhere. It should be right around here or something, but there's just grease everywhere, and I need to get the greaser and just, holy crap. Okay, all right, so that's how to get it off. Yes. All right, we have brought out the inner, the boot, the remainder of the boot, and I just carried a screwdriver, and with the surface where it mated with, where the inner tie rod mated with the steering rack, I just hit it out because I didn't know how to take off this clamp, and it's trying to rain, so I might need to start clearing stuff up, but We can see this right here is the, if this thing can focus, that would be great. There we go. The tab is somewhere here. Where is that tab? I think it's this right here. Yeah, that's it. This right here is the tab. Focus. 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 Doesn't want to, damn. Okay. This thing hates focusing. And yeah, that's it right there. And I don't know how to bend this back, or well, more like I tried to bend it back and it was being a turd, so I just hit it out. So I'll see how we can get this out. This was the front part of the boot, and this is the clip holding it. So everything is done. The CV axle, famously known as drive shaft in the market where I went yesterday, that's it on the ground. We have to replace that with the I guess I can bring out the C-clip on the inside. C-clip on the outside is inside the car somewhere. The the bearings, this is the outer bearing. The bearing, I don't know where the inner bearing is, but they have to press that out and replace the bearing. The tie rod, have to replace the tie rod with the nut, and the those 56 mm 54 mm axle nuts have to be replaced. Someone got to this before me, and I don't know what they did. They destroyed those. So everything is officially out. Alright guys, stay tuned for a part 2. We're gonna have to go to the market and get all those parts that I showed you. In the meantime, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button along with that bell icon, so that when part 2 comes out, you'll know right away. Alright, so I will be seeing you guys in the next video.